Hi! Hello.
Hi!
We didn't see you come in there. What's up, everyone? It's Talking Simulator, and we're playing a good game this week.
Is it, though? Yeah.
Is it? Yes, it is. It's a pretty good one.
It's a very good game.
Yeah.
Very influential.
Behold.
Has had staying power. Oh, yeah. Look at our... Yeah.
So this is a game that actually has, this is the remaster. And I just want to kind of like, one, I needed a palate cleanser after Detroit. And two, I think remasters are interesting for how they alter our perceptions of the original. But I don't really have anything worked out for this one other than just like, I needed to do something that I really enjoyed and talk a bit about what makes me enjoy it.
Yeah. Let's go for it.
Especially in the like, yeah, well, let's rumble. Now let's see if... Aha! New Game.
Alright. So how naked do you want to start? We're going for like Elite Strat speed run here.
Oh yeah, this
Harry
is
God.
any
like,
percent,
No Estus. Fireball only.
I mean... I still like the Thorlin cleric face.
I wonder why they let you choose your skin when you have it for so little of the game.
Well, yeah, like, this is one of those games where you can quite easily spend like an hour in character creation getting your cheekbones just right. And then helmet on, right?
Yep.
Although you never wear that, and then you wind up as a beef jerky or in a bacon mode zombie for most of the game.
Yeah.
But there's only one good hairstyle. Although the remaster already is hitting this a bit
Got
strangely.
a bit of a seam.
Yeah, I imagine some people's hair pulls like this when we're doing this. When you like you want a braid over here and then you wind up with a part.
Yes, a very fierce, cavernous
Gap.
hair seams.
That's how hair goes. Oh well, this game is from 2012 and not from 2018 at all. So what do you hit, right, when you remaster something?
Generally, just make it look prettier.
Yeah,
Like you upgrade the
right.
textures and stuff.
Right, this seems to be what most people want out of a remaster, right? Don't change anything.
Shrouded by fog,
Just make it look the way I remember it looking.
a land of
Because
grey crags,
I remember
large trees,
when Final Fantasy X got its HD remaster, the common reaction was, what are you talking about? That game's already in HD.
but then there was
And then you go
fire,
back and look at it, and it's like,
and with fire
it's...
came disparity.
Like, my major thing is Final Fantasy VII. Because I remember them having, like,
Life
bodies and expression
death.
and a lot of good
And of
action
course,
stuff. And I
light
look at it now, and it's like these
dark.
sausagey triangles
Right.
in, like, a clumpy world.
Yeah, they
And I'm
look like
I don't know
balloon
where I
animals,
am. They look like
Then
balloon animals
from the
made out of
dark,
metal or something.
they
Like,
came.
just
Right.
sharp. It's very sharp.
and found the souls of lords within the flame.
So, what did Dark Souls adherents want out of this game? 60 frames per second,
Yep.
natural 60 frames per second.
The first of the dead.
You know, make the particles look nice.
Yep.
Maybe make the lighting a bit more, take advantage of things.
The witch of Izalith and her
But
daughters
don't
of
touch the
chaos.
gameplay at all, right? That's what we love.
Gwyn
Yeah, we don't like
Lord
change.
of
Yeah,
Yeah, we
change
fear
is bad.
change.
Yeah, evil.
and his faithful knights.
Being able to jump at 60 frames, yes, because there was
Furtive pygmy. So
God, I don't even
easily
remember the name of the
forgotten.
patch right now, but it added a bunch of DS Fix. It fixed things. And you could make it run at 60 frames per second,
With
but it
the
have your jumping
strength of
distance.
lords. They challenge the dragons.
Let's see if I remember how to play this.
Gwyn's
At all.
mighty bolts
You find the nearest
scales.
edge of something and you walk right off of it.
Rip in peace, Viserion.
Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more.
Yeah, like the I don't think they could have updated the gameplay at all, right? Because the fans wouldn't have had it. Because one of the things that happened with this is that this replaced Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition on the Steam store.
Yes.
If you owned Dark Souls Prepare to Die, which is the original PC release, or if you own the original Dark Souls PC release, you can still play it, but you can no longer buy it. Right? So if this did a find and replace on Dark Souls, then you are
Yep.
treading on very delicate territory.
And man sees not light, but only endless night.
Sekranos were on PC.
Mm-hmm.
And amongst the living are seen
I occasionally run into a lot of these
carriers of the
problems with
accursed
games that are on
dark side.
PC games run into problems with games that were available on console first, because I think on console, because the frame rate is fixed and you know the frame
It's
rate, you can
dedicated
use
hardware, yeah.
you can use the frame rate as like benchmarking for a lot of things.
Yep.
Right? So like I know Destiny 2 had a bunch of problems on PC because when they were coding,
Yes,
they
indeed.
coded for PlayStation and Xbox, they
The
used
dark
frame rate
side
for a lot of things,
brands the
right? And it
undead.
led to a lot of really unpredictable or counterintuitive behavior in the PC port.
And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north.
Give game, looks. And let's see if I
Where they are
remember
locked
actually
away
how to do this, because
to
I make a
await
lot of
the
jokes about like,
end of the
no, you just get
world.
behind the monster and you press R1, right? Don't get fancy. Roll behind the monster, press R1.
Especially don't get like nasty poisoned by rats right at the beginning.
This
Yeah.
is your fate.
So what's the value in coming back to something? Quite a lot, really. I mean, it's nice. It's comforting. Right? There's nothing wrong with being comforted. Hey, Oscar! Got a rope, dude? No? Just gonna check a corpse down here, huh?
Feeding time.
Oh,
Stick invert. Yes. Or controller.
would it just be options? Y-axis.
Yes.
Ah.
Back in the safe, loving arms of comfortableness.
Hey, I cut my teeth gaming, playing flight simulators and like X-wing, so pulling down on the stick to look up, very natural to me.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, bonfire lit.
Pew, 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 pew. We win. We win.
Okay emoji. Fire emoji. Crying, laughing emoji.
Hello, friend.
Goodbye, friend. Oh yeah, forgot the 100%.
Oh no. We blew it.
I love on our friend Slack we have an emoji that's 6. percent
Yes.
for when something is just not good. Check out my sick micro.
Dang. Serpentine.
Oh, where do you think you're going?
Chop chop. The
This-
system works.
Feels glacial compared to Sekiro. Absolutely glacial.
I want to play Sekiro, but I want to wait like a year.
Oh,
Incoming.
don't get balled on.
Ha! Fool. No.
Why am I bad at this game?
No.
No.
Slow game is slow, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So please
the-
explain what you were attempting to do.
I was attempting to parry and pressing the wrong button.
So,
because
like, I want to say, like, parrying is really important in this game.
it is. It's a skill that you should develop, seek to cultivate, because it makes a lot of encounters much easier, unless you're an idiot like me and try to hit L1 instead of L2.
Yeah, but a lot of games have been inspired or derived from Dark Souls, and they don't include that ever.
Yeah, which seems or strange because parrying in Dark Souls is intensely satisfying, and the game goes through a lot of effort to reward you for parrying.
Yeah.
Like when you pull off a parry, and if you're not familiar, you can parry enemy attacks by interrupting the attack animation with your shield or with certain weapons. And when that happens, the enemy is staggered, pushed back a little bit, becomes vulnerable to crits, and there's this amazing, like, boom noise. And it's intensely satisfying. And Sekiro, which is made by the same developer, FromSoft, has gone so far as to make parrying kind of like the core mechanic in its sword fighting,
Yes.
because it's very much a it operates, the combat operates in the mode of like samurai films, right, where it's very fast and very furious. And if Dark Souls like gives you an enormous reward for pulling off a parry, Sekiro barely nods in acknowledgement, because it is now so critical to the game experience that it's like, congratulations, you pulled off a parry, is on the same tier as congratulations, you have moved through the level
Yes.
successfully.
It's just like even Bloodborne with its like switch weapons and comboing really wants you to aim for like vulnerability or making the opponent vulnerable in some way.
Here it's you know it's in a very primitive state, I suppose, where parrying is this like dramatic effect. And I say primitive not to imply that it isn't good, because it's the greatest thing in the world, but where From has gone with it has been to make it
Core.
more and more critical
Yeah.
to the game. Ooh, a broken straight sword. Hot diggity.
So the thing that people usually do when they're inspired by Dark Souls is take the humanity kind of mechanic, or the souls, where you gain currency by killing enemies, and then when you die, you get a chance to recover all of the currency you've lost, because it still remains out there in the world.
Right. There was a game that was billed as a science fiction Dark Souls that came out several years ago, where you were building like a powered exoskeleton
Right.
with scrap that had a similar mechanic to that, and I'm trying to think of the other ones that really lean heavily on. Oh, and the thing that Dark Souls does to you is shame you for taking damage in various ways. This is going to be with us for a while. Oh,
Nope.
no, it's gone. One-time longsword. Come on, drop the longsword. Drop it. Drop it.
Yeah,
Okay, you're coming with me.
it's punishment.
And I do enjoy that they kept a lot of the game's kind of ludicrous idiosyncrasies, like the ragdolls.
Yes, yes, yes. Ragdoll is necessary.
Absolutely. I don't know why it was gone in Dark Souls 2. But
They were trying to go in a different direction.
I suppose so, and that's fine.
It's just like, oh, people loved how challenging the game was, and loved having, I don't know, deep lore and darkness and death. So let's just focus on that.
Yeah, and the ragdolls were silly, and we want to move away from silliness. Oh, this is gonna smell bad.
Oh,
Alright, get clear before his bowels evacuate.
a little bit of Dagobah up in here.
Oh yeah, Hollow Knight being another example of...
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I want to play Hollow Knight on this stream a little bit.
I would-
And I got like asked to do that, and I was like, oh yes.
I would love to play Hollow Knight. I think Hollow Knight would actually be a fairly coherent thing to play after this.
Sure.
Because I think we don't really need to spend too much time with Dark Souls on Talking Sim, at least with the remaster. But this game does such an interesting job of synthesizing a couple of different genres that now seem natural to fit with each other, right? The Metroidvania games with a third-person
Only
View.
yeah.
Action
in the
adventure.
ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen.
Hi there. Are we friends? Goodbye.
They're taking you home to meet their children.
To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage
I'll get to join their family for a little while.
Relationships move
to the
fast in
land
Dark
of the
Souls.
ancient lords. Lordran.
Oh, tweet, tweet, motherfucker. I should write down all my Moosey stories.
Don't see why not.
For a long time, I had this music as my alarm in the morning.
Really,
Yeah.
it's a very clean way to wake up.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a
Sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first.
I have to
But
stop
there's no
using
telling
songs that I
which
like
will be.
as my wake up alarm
Even
noise,
better
because
rot in the
hearing them in my
undead side.
playlists, if it's any music I actually listen to, is just like
Now,
the worst feeling.
since you're here,
I-
If you're actually awake and walking around and you hear your wake up noise or your alarm sound, it's just like, ah!
two bells
For a
awake.
long time,
One
I
is
had,
above the undead.
years and years ago, I was dating a person, and her ringtone, back when we used to phone each other, was a Smashing Pumpkins cover of Fats Domino's My Blue Heaven.
Okay.
Brilliant.
And we went through kind of a very
But I have a feeling
bad
I
breakup
can't stop
with a lot of phone calls, and I actually wound up getting like a
Oh, no.
anxiety reaction to that song.
to this accursed land, the undead.
One thing that the remaster didn't do, make their mouths move.
No.
This was another one of the idiosyncrasies of this game, where people were like, why don't they animate people's mouths? And apparently there was a technical problem with it. There was an actual explanation for why From didn't do it, except for Andre the Blacksmith, whose mouth does move.
Maybe their faces just aren't rigged.
Possibly.
Like it'd just be work. It's just more work.
Yeah. And that seems like the kind of thing you might be able to overcome or address with a remaster, and they chose not to because it's part of what it contributes to part of the game's identity. right? That the people look a bit more unreal,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Like, it feels like an old dungeon crawl game.
Now I have a build list, essentially, or a build priority when I play this game. So you'll have to indulge me while I run through my own idiosyncratic
Hello there.
routine.
Yeah, no, I'm just in my head trying to figure out the best way to mash up Frampton Comes Alive with just Frampton.
I can't hear Peter Frampton's name without thinking of that Mitch Hedberg joke, where he's talking about how he was on. He was.
As a token.
Was he in Almost Famous, or was he on that '70s show? I forget what he was on. He was
Right.
on in some kind of TV or film thing, and the scene called for him to be smoking weed with Peter Frampton.
Right.
And he said, but they don't let you smoke real weed when you're doing that, so you smoke fake weed with real Peter Frampton. Unlike smoking real weed with a guy who looks like Peter Frampton, which I've done way more. I should probably actually rest at the bonfire before committing the ultimate Dark Souls sin of,
Hubris.
hubris.
Yeah, Dark Souls is very much a game where you have to pay attention to your state.
Many people talk about the inherent difficulty of this game. And that's true. The game does punish you in a lot of ways. Losing progress, losing humanity, losing souls is hard, right? It sucks. When you punt like 20,000 souls after a boss fight,
Yeah.
that honks and it feels bad. And the combat is challenging. But it also has this sense that your victory is 100% inevitable.
Yes. Because you just have to grind at it.
Yes.
You just have to keep coming back.
You can never brick yourself in a game of Dark Souls. At
No.
least, can you? Are there ways to brick a Dark Souls game? Probably.
Like, there's a way to, like, brick a run.
Yes. But there's a very kind of like, when I was DMing our one of our D&D games called Burning Bright, I wanted the paladins to be consumed by the same feeling of inevitability that the undead have in Dark Souls, or the chosen undead has in Dark Souls.
Yes.
The feel that you are always falling towards your fate, and not falling as in the sense that you are like morally failing, but that you are impelled by a force that you have no
It's kind of like
you have no control
Even
over.
if you did nothing, you would continue in that direction.
yes.
Like in this game, you can dawdle around and go kill mobs, and you're still gaining resources that help you later on. Like it's still
That
everything you can do in the game is towards the end.
yeah, and there is once you begin on the path, the only way to fail is by surrendering.
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Ah.
Flawless gameplay. Yeah, you lose Dark Soul, or a game of Dark Souls is lost when you pave your save, essentially.
Yeah.
And I think the devs have come out and said that there's nothing that actually says this in game, but what happens when you delete a character is that they become hollowed, like metaphysically. The concept of death in this game is that a person dies and becomes undead, and they continue on as these undead people. right? They maintain their sense of self, they maintain their intelligence. But over time, despair causes you to hollow. And when that happens, you become one of these mindless undead that are just kind of like in a routine that might maintain some semblance of who they were as a person, but it is kind of like inherently hostile and how do I do a jump attack? What if I just... Okay. Forward +2.
Do you have to like double tap?
I think so. Forward and strong attack. There we go.
Ah!
This game has about 1 million controls out of 4 buttons.
Yeah, somehow. And they're not even like Street Fighter combos.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly just timing.
Uh-oh.
Ding ding ding. You're a winner!
Uh-oh. I have fucked up my timing here. I have hecked up. Luckily, I am just like 5 or 10 frames faster than this guy, so it doesn't matter. And also, this big mace will stagger him.
Bonafide!
I don't think it's ever been explicitly stated why the Hollows don't fight each other and only fight other, or only fight, unhollowed undead.
I mean, the go-to assumption is just that, you know, the dead hate the living.
Yeah, that there's maybe some kind of resentment or jealousy.
Yeah.
A recognition of something lost. I could see that they sense your humanity.
Yeah, and they want it.
They can't really do anything with it. There's, is it Dawn of the Dead or Day of the Dead? Where, you know, one of those classic zombie films. And they run across an army base where the army medics are like autopsying a zombie. And they find that its gut is full of undigested human flesh that they crave but can't
Actually digest.
do anything with.
Ugh. Big friend. Big friend. Oh!
Okay, gotta crush a dude here. Flawless victory. Uh-oh. Atta boom booms.
Time for a jump attack.
I'll try spinning. That's a good trick.
What if the big one just went the wrong way? What if they just went the wrong way? What if that happened?
Uh-oh.
Goodbye. Sir. Sir?
So long, Screwy. See you in St. Louis. Why did I come here?
Stuff.
There's binoculars.
So we can see the scenery.
Yeah. And the binoculars don't really have a gameplay purpose, but they're really nice to have because they just let you look around, right? They essentially shift your perspective into first person.
It's another thing Dark Souls does with it that other games that kind of replicate it don't do, where it shows you areas that you can go to. Like usually if you're playing like a Metroidvania, everything's just Fog of War or Forgotten.
Right. The skybox in
Yeah.
Dark Souls is very important because all the places that you can see are places that you can actually visit. Not literally all. Like you, I don't think we ever go. I don't think this is a place that we ever visit. But that tree is called the Great Hollow. We'll go there eventually. That's a secret area. That is an entire two maps of the game that are hidden behind multiple secret doors. And the game shows you things, and it makes you feel like you're part of this world.
I agree with Chad that I think it's Undeadburg down there.
Oh, that is Undeadburg?
Pretty sure.
Okay.
It's got like the correct kind of bridgy ramp stuff.
Yeah, it definitely has the architecture. When you touch Bloodstain, you do not in fact kneel down and taste it.
Blue blood must be an android around here somewhere.
Connor, that's weird. Yes.
It would be weird if he was a robot that could drink things with his finger, like Mork or something. I don't know. Like, there's weirder ways to do it.
I
they didn't
suppose
need
so,
to do it at
yeah.
all.
No, yeah,
He's got like retinal scanners that can give you like a physical component list.
Yeah, like Connor already has the scanning eyes.
Yes, he can already
right?
scan the blood that's on the walls and be like, yes, the DNA here matches this other android.
I can see your heartbeat.
Yes.
Why do I need to be like, yes, female, 18. Right? It is like, this is gross, dude. I think you just enjoy this.
Although I never do it, is to kill a healthy undead and pillage its humanity. Coveting thy neighbor is only human, after all.
I often find myself when I'm evangelizing this game, although I don't do that terribly often. I try not to.
It's got enough stands.
Yeah, I try not to stand for video games. But this is one that I really enjoy, and if somebody asks me about it, I'll happily talk about it for them,
But
with
again,
them,
like
for as long as they want to listen. And one of the things I find myself saying quite frequently is that the game is great, the environments are amazing, and there's just a few sticking points. Like, you know, Duke's Archive's not great, and Lost Izalith is also, it's got some structural problems. Blighttown is horrible, of course. Everyone hates Blighttown.
No.
Like, this part is also really weird. New Londo is confusing to navigate. And I wind up actually delivering a list of about 90% of the game that's just...
kind of wrong and weird and bad.
Yeah, that's kind of weak. Yet here we are.
I don't know. The game is often sold or marketed to people, advertised by people that love it as like it's a really hard, difficult thing. And I think that's just like they have completed something hard and gotten the satisfaction of completing it, but they're selling people on like, oh, this is going to be brutal. And that's not actually what the game feels like to play.
No. The game... What Yahtzee, I thought, had a really good read on this game, where people were telling him to play it for years and years, and by now this review is... God, it must be close to 6 years old now. Where he says, like, everyone tried to sell him on this game as it being like this big mysterious thing that was so hard and challenging he was going to hate it. And he got into it and he's like, oh, I get it now. You're all wrong about what makes this game good.
Yeah.
I should have been using my curse instead of talking to you. And I think the analogy that Alex and I came up with was most of what Dark Souls stands think people want is very similar to the experience I had when I was like 15 or 16. And, you know, somebody I knew would be in school and talking about how they got into their dad's liquor cabinet.
Yeah.
And they pounded like this huge bottle of scotch and got really fucked up on it. It was awesome. and hilarious. They got so fucked up on like this scotch. They drank like the entire bottle. It was awesome. And it's like, I think you're getting the wrong thing out of this experience. And I don't like telling people that because that seems wrong-headed as a critic to be like, no, you're enjoying the thing wrong, you utter ignoramus. But sometimes, every once in a while, somebody's just fucking stupid.
I don't know. Like it's a game where you have to be comfortable with mystery and uncovering things and working slowly through your problems, which doesn't sound like a hack and slash Adventure Time.
Well, yeah, because it's honestly a very methodical game.
Yeah. You don't have to do anything in like really a set order, but did you have to like learn and explore on your own?
Yeah, the comfort with not necessarily mystery, but not necessarily being able to get all the answers right away is, I think, a valuable part of the game experience. Because the game drips out information to you in this very, like, slow, measured way. And I think that's something that a lot of the games in this mode also try to do, but don't necessarily grok the way or the why that Dark Souls did it. That you are a stranger in a strange land. And the perspective offered to you by not necessarily getting all the answers right away. Oh, I fucked this up. I'm supposed to get the one on the right first.
Playing the game wrong.
I am playing the game wrong. Using up all of my fire bombs. I'm actually down here for the death, as it turns out. Right, there's that monster there.
And friend.
And friend.
Monster and friend. They want to be friends. Without you.
Also for the chance at a jagged blade. And for the chance to punt resources. There's a composite bow as well. There's a bunch of stuff down here that's actually just kind of handy to have.
Roasty. Burninating. Still alive.
We're fine. We're fine. This is fine. The Morning Star really compensates for a variety of sins here. Goodbye, Fireball. Not that one in particular. That was just wasteful. But being able to stagger monsters is real nice.
Gives you a lot of time.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry, this animation. Bum, 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 bum.
Don't worry, he says. This animation, he says.
This animation, blank noise. This animation, ellipsis. The other classic New Londo experience is coming down here to retrieve your body and just running straight down the
Down the
elevator.
hole?
Yeah, down the hole.
Oh man, running down elevator shafts is a very Dark Souls type of thing.
Yep.
In,
Also,
in Hollow Knight, they put spikes on top of the elevators.
really?
Yeah.
Wow. The other way to die here is that when you come out of Blighttown after killing Chaos Witch Quelaag, you recognize this area if you've been down here before, and you're like, oh, okay, I know where the elevator is. You run up to the elevator, and the elevator isn't here because up, and you just run directly down the elevator shaft, and then you respawn all the way back down at the bottom, right? And that's usually when you just like, bah! Fuck this game. Yeah, no permadeath in this one. Milt would shake his head. Milt would just SMH at me right now. Of course, I haven't played this game in like a year. When did the remaster come out?
2018.
2018, right. Yeah, you don't need to send the elevator back up if you're playing a no-death run.
It's the type of speedrun strats that'll really take you far. Tradesies.
Woof. Okay, that one hit a bit hard. There's two of you there. Okay, this time we're gonna be perfect.
My brain read Bone Home as Bonhomme.
Oh, yeah.
Just gonna Bonhomme.
Bonhomme, you know? Bonjour, mes amis, bonjour.
All right. Question from Girl Painting: how would you compare DS1 to its newer iterations? Has it aged well?
I think it has. It's,
Oh, yeah. Like, Demon's Souls did not age well.
I have never played Demon's Souls.
It's less friendly.
Is it?
It's just, I don't know, bleaker, wider open, worse camera. I don't know. It's
Fair.
tasty snack.
All right. Everything's fine.
Now we are flush with souls.
You said flush. Just slit our throats and walks back home. Eat shit, nerds.
I think I'm in a weird position with From Software games because I've actually played Metal Wolf Chaos,
Oh, yeah?
but not. And I've played a little bit of Dark Souls 1, and I've played a bit of Bloodborne.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't play Dark Souls 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, are we the president in a giant mech? No. Okay.
Right. Then, yeah, well, I because these are Miyazaki games.
Yeah.
Right? I should probably top off my health if I'm fighting these ghosts, because they're actually quite dangerous. No,
Ah.
I needed that.
How involved was Miyazaki in 2?
Not. Apparently, the story I've always heard is that Dark Souls 2 was made by kind of the B team at...
That makes a lot of sense. It feels rude to say, but there is a lot of software development stuff that works that way. It's like, here's your main team, they're focused on your next big project, and then your other team might be working on something else.
Like you've done all your proper like succession planning. You know, you've documented everything. You have your Bible of how the how things should come together and why things are the way they are. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't work out. Right? I should probably actually give Dark Souls 2 a proper shake. I've heard there are some interesting justifications for the way it is, why it is. One of the things that works particularly well in Dark Souls for me is that there's a certain logic to the way the world fits together. And Dark Souls 2 doesn't benefit from that logic. Like there's the example Alex always gave to me was that you get in an elevator inside a windmill and you go up and you wind up inside a volcano.
Right.
And what I've heard from people who are like, well, that shows the world is kind of coming apart at the seams a bit, right? The logic that governs the world is maybe a bit in flux. That things are...
Whereas Dark Souls 1 is just like a very complete world. That's just fading. Knock, knock.
I see ya.
Little knifey hands.
Or that Dark Souls 2 might be governed by more of a dream logic. Oh.
But I feel like Bloodborne already hit... yeah.
I was not expecting my curse to wear off that quickly.
Oh.
You have to be cursed in order to fight these ghosts.
Otherwise they just knife you and you can't do nothing.
In order to hit them. I thought curse lasted closer to 10 minutes.
Should probably check the description.
It doesn't actually tell you, unfortunately.
I want to see if they did a quality of life improvement to the UI
Ooh, well,
on the item
let's have a look.
that you have already used once. 'Cause that is
Corey, you're killing me here.
micro faster.
One step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. It lasts 5 minutes? No kidding. Also feeling kind of let down here that there's no, Hi.
Juicy fruit. Gonna move ya.
She has lightning bolts. They suck. Oh, I know that the particles tell you when it's over. I just felt that last time I played the curse lasted longer because I've traditionally been able to do most of this area in one curse. Dagger? Oh, more curses.
You need those.
Yeah, we do.
Rare monsters that monster is a ghost. Ghosts are allowed to go through walls.
Now, there seems to be some kind of problem where some of the monsters are clipping through solid surfaces.
No.
Embarrassingly, it took me forever to figure out why this ladder is here.
Oh.
Because this is one of the ways that the game does checkpointing. One is bonfires, and the other is
Opening the path back.
Opening a path, or a path that allows you to skip many things.
Yeah.
So you can. This is where we came in. There's the bridge that we fought all the ghosts across. Now I can just jump from there down there and climb up here, skipping that entire building full of hideous monsters.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Nice.
Missed my timing, cause I'm stupid.
Oop. Nope, nope, nope.
Come on. Lady, I'm on a clock here.
No, no. Come on. Come on. Come on. A little lower. A little lower. There we go. There we go. Ah! Thank you for your contribution to the fund.
I was really hoping to get a jagged ghost blade while I was here, but alas,
The RNG is not with you.
apparently not.
Uh-oh.
Hey there,
Is she
buddy.
gonna climb the ladder?
She's probably just gonna float through directly at us.
Come out the floor?
Yeah, someplace.
Ugh. Nah.
Oh,
Oh.
there's two of them,
No good. It's nice when they're like right below you like that.
and the game doesn't quite know how to path correctly.
That's why I wondered if they were gonna go up the ladder because there's probably a path there.
Yeah, there's some kind of surface that they're trying to interact with.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Little stuck on that ladder.
Luckily, their attack animation doesn't seem to care. Good thing their head is poking up.
Oh, that is a lot of reach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
When their head comes around, you hit it with the rock! My way doesn't seem very sporting.
There we go.
Hey, buddy.
She figured out her ghost business.
Going about
Oh.
her ghosty business.
Nope. Nope. Ghosting right along. Yeet.
And I'm out of Estus because I'm bad at video games.
You could always bonhomme.
I suppose we could always bonhomme. There's so many things in here.
Just know that you have no Estus. Going forward. You still have a curse.
I still have a curse. I'm still cursed. Bend it like bonhomme. Okay, I got the parrying dagger. That's not nothing. I did just open up the shortcut. Everything's fine.
You're not hearing Dark Souls just whispering in your ear
Like, just push on a little further.
Go a little further, it's fine.
Come on, there's
Yeah,
just... The thing that you want is just through there.
Yeah.
All you need to do is just push on a little further.
It's probably nothing big enough to stand in your way. It's just ghosts. Like, you're familiar with these ghosts. You know how to deal with them.
Yeah, you know their
You're
patterns.
confident.
You've got they've got three basic attacks.
Yeah. As long as you can see them coming, you're fine.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna kill these three though. And bonk.
Whew. Camera fighting.
All right, I'm gonna need you to group up.
Uh-oh. Long, long knife arm.
Alas, there are no jagged ghost blades down here, and I don't really need the compound bow, I suppose. This area is a lot easier if you're playing a sorcerer, and a lot more rewarding, because you get to go and get a piece of green titanite that you can use to make a magic weapon right away, or well, at least fairly early in the game, a bit earlier than you should be able to. That is quite powerful. It's nice to be able to turn Uchigatana into a magic Uchigatana. Especially considering Uchigatana just falls off the ground. You just find it on the ground. Do I want the bow? Yes. Do I need the bow?
No.
No. Yes, we could kill Oswald, couldn't we? The Gucci Katana. It fell off a merchant's dead body. Shit, no, Anyway, we got the Firekeeper soul. It's down here. Plan with no drawbacks. I'm also floating a whole bunch of humanity right now because why not? It ups your drop rates.
What are you looking at?
Oh, Crestfallen Knight. Don't be like that, dude.
You might regret it.
So what do we want? Dex. Christ. Sure. More vit. Always more vitality. All we need is resistance, it's true. But instead of the shield...
Parry dagger?
Parry dagger. Bible parry dagger.
Some parry dagger fellowship right there.
One of you, give me your long sword. I wants it.
Going on a journey, I only need your longest sword.
Oh, these guys all die in one hit. This is so nice.
Yeah, look at that.
Woo! Just like one of those ninja movies where they jump through the air at each other. Somebody on Twitter made a thread about how the very first one of what's his name's films, the samurai films, the one where they first did the effect where they somebody quick draws and stabs another dude, and there's the gout of blood, was a mistake that the effects guy did.
Oh.
And he was like, "Oh, I dialed up the pump way too high on that.
Nope.
That was not how that was supposed to look at all. I'm in trouble." And the director was like, "Good." Kurosawa, yeah.
Yeah. Ian and I watched Throne of Blood a couple weeks ago. It was great. I've never actually seen Mifune, and he's awesome.
Or no, yeah, the delay was also part of the problem.
Oh.
Apparently, the delay was also like, for a second the pump didn't do anything. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I still can't believe that they shot real fucking arrows at Mifune.
A lot of them are on like lines,
Oh, okay.
but and it's really funny because like that movie has like 4 different levels of costume for him. Like there's the combat costume, and then just the pretty shot costume, so you can see him swapping between outfits depending on like how much danger he's supposed to be in.
God.
But it's Macbeth,
Well, yeah.
and it's lovely. It's a great take. Him being haunted is fantastic. He's super expressive. Girl painting talking about Throne of Blood.
Nice to see the monsters fall prey to the same things that kill us. The blood thing was in Sanjuro? Possibly, yeah. If you aren't familiar with Dark Souls, the bell that you hear is a bell that you are attempting to ring. It's all the way up in a tower. It's kind of like the quest that you're on right now is to get up in the tower and ring the bell, as the Crestfallen Knight told you to do. But because this game has a multiplayer element, or an online element, what you are actually hearing is other players ringing the bell. So when somebody else rings the bell, you can hear it in your game, even if those people aren't present in your game, because the many worlds are intersecting and also intersecting.
Oh wow,
Here in
Aetherblade.
Lordran.
According to Wiki, the blood explosion in Sandro almost lifted the actor up off the ground.
Fucking sweet.
Epic. Yeah, for the most part, Dark Souls is like a massively single-player game.
Although I remember Alex having an experience where he was streaming this and somebody told him that Dark Souls was properly a PvP game with some single-player elements.
They're clearly playing a different game.
Yeah. Dark Souls is a multiplayer game with some single-player elements, but it is best not to be thought of as a single-player game. That would be a mistake.
We were going to follow this up with No Man's Sky, looking at the...
Oh, right, yes.
Not remaster, update, the big patch.
I'm still up for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, the idea that this is a PvP game ignores the fact that the PvP, while fun,
Can't win you the game.
well, also the netcode is fucking shit. It's shit.
It's like a novelty. The PvP is like something that you can do.
When it works, it's pretty good, but most of the time you're just like jockeying for position, you're circling around the other player, and suddenly they're behind you, backstabbing you. Right? That's been my experience with Dark Souls PvP, is that it should be something that's amazing, and rarely is. I think a version of Dark Souls where the PvP worked would be fucking brilliant. I would do that.
Make it something more like For Honor.
Oh yes, if you don't play multiplayer, no one will see your primo fashion Souls outfit. That is
Yes.
a good point, Vegetal.
And I do love some of the emerging gameplay things where people would go and critique people's outfits.
Yeah. There was a kind of a famous Dark Souls 3 thing where there was a mound maker player called the Fashion Police,
Yeah.
who you could
Summon.
who you could summon, and they would just kind of like walk around you and look at you and look at your
Give
outfit.
you a thumbs up or a thumbs
Yeah.
down.
And they also, I think that player had every armor piece in the game, and they would look at you and then put on your outfit, and
Yeah.
then swap out pieces.
Yep.
Really? Your DM snuck Giant Dad into the game? Giant Dad is a much beloved build in the game that uses the giant armor set from Anor Londo along with the Mask of the Father.
Giant Dad.
Giant Dad. Along with usually like a +5 Lightning Zweihander. It's classic. It's primo. How do I kick again? Oh, moot point. Chaos Zweihander? Oh, okay. Some kind of upgraded Zweihander that didn't care about your stats, really. Because I think you had to put basically all of your stats into,
Well now, you seem to have your wits about
They're saying forward light attack
you
is
are a
kick.
welcome
Okay.
customer. I trade for souls.
I
Everything's
cannot
the
get
same.
around the idea that this guy would be the kind of person who would rent a booth at an anime expo selling refurbished body pillows.
Things are getting treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in.
They'd be like up on hangers, so you would actually have to like look at them.
Yeah,
You have to,
yeah,
like,
and people
manually
would
handle them.
and people would be able to look at you while you're doing it. Refurb body
Here,
pillows.
I'm not here to. We talk business or we talk nothing at all.
Bum. Short bow's handy to have. Is it really necessary? Not really.
Thank you, Kane.
Another thing people don't replicate is being able to kill NPCs.
Ooh.
I think you can basically kill every NPC, right?
Yeah.
No one is safe.
No one is safe. And what I think, like, so many of the NPC interactions are you essentially gathering people together, and then I think one of the iconic Dark Souls experiences for me is meeting people, rescuing people, telling them, you know, that there's this refuge,
Yeah.
this
totally
place
safe
that's
place.
safe, and watching it fill up over the course of the mid game, right? As these people like gather together and wish you well on your way, and you learn their skills, and you develop a rapport with them, and one after the other, they all leave
Yeah.
because they've all got, you know, their own quests to do. There's a reason for them to be here, and you can encourage them to stay, and it's implied that that encouragement comes at the cost of their own humanity, right? Because they're giving up on certain things if they stay at Firelight Shrine. And by the end of the game, Firelight Shrine is even more abandoned than it was when you arrived, because these people have all gone. Do I want to stay? Yeah, might as well. What do we need to carry the Black Knight sword?
I think it's strength.
Yeah, it would be strength. What's the minimum to two-hand it?
Let me Google that.
The Black Knight sword would be, you know, a reasonable thing to expect to drop. It's not going to drop in every game, but it is 20, so we would need 2/3 of that. 40 divided by 16? 14? 14? Hi. Ooh, a Titanite shard.
Ooh.
Baller. I would love to be able to go human here and show you a bit of what the experience is like of being human, but it's so incredibly dangerous to do that on stream because I'm also not very good at the PvP in this game. And going human is essentially the opt-in PvP.
Opt into having skin. And PvP.
What it's supposed to represent is you kind of lighting a beacon and also, I don't know.
Regaining your competitive nature, I guess. I don't know.
I suppose
drive.
so.
Fierce combat.
But it does make you vulnerable to invasions from hostile players.
Cha-chong.
Black Knight Sword seems to drop fairly regularly for me. Well, fairly regularly. When I say that, I mean like probably once every 2 runs, I get a Black Knight Sword. Generally, I don't like invading. Mainly because I find it's on one hand it's
Not what you want.
yeah, I don't have any kind of like philosophical objections to it, but the gameplay is so rough, right? I've never had what I felt was a satisfying PvP encounter in this game.
You're gonna sneaky sneak?
I
You're gonna
think so.
do a kick?
I think if I kick this guy off, he just... Ow. My shins. The game makes no effort to teach you how to parry. It's not bad at teaching you how to parry. It makes
doesn't try.
It doesn't try. It doesn't hold your hand, and that gets held up quite frequently as an example of the way that the game is difficult, and that doesn't really scan as difficulty to me. That scans as kind of
Unhelpful.
yeah, that's the game being obtuse and maybe a bit gatekeepy even.
Yeah.
Um,
Unfriendly.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I suppose you could make the argument that that's Dark Souls, but
Why?
on the other hand, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
The life of so many Dark Souls players, in trying to convince other people that this game is in fact actually good, involves making so many excuses for the ways in which it is bad and unfriendly. Right. As an XCOM player, I find myself, there's a very similar thing where, you say, well, that's just XCOM, baby. Right, when you miss a 99% shot and your entire squad gets wiped out.
It feels bad.
Yeah, and it
feels bad and it's not useful. You
No.
didn't learn anything.
no, you just,
You just didn't have a guaranteed shot work.
yeah, it does not make for a more interesting or deep gameplay experience. It just is like, lol, I can kill you. Watch me use up resources that I don't need to use at this point in the game.
Yee.
like dying to RNG feels bad, right? That and the XCOM community kind of like seems to think that that's an important part of the game. And I think that the Dark Souls community makes a similar mistake when they say that like the obtuseness of the game is a critical part of it. Okay. Okay, buddy.
Yep.
Come on, one time.
Yes!
What does my weight even need to be? Significantly lower. Ooh. Ugh.
Yeah.
Bacon mode. Need 18 dex. Okay, right, 18 dex. 18 dex, 14 strength. Oh, well, we put one too many point into strength. Quality build? What exactly is a quality build? You'll have to forgive me, I'm shockingly ignorant about so many Dark Souls things. Oh, although I think this is a quality of life.
Improvement?
Menus. You used to have to click through and do it.
Individually.
Yeah. Oh, dex and strength at equal measure? Okay. See, that is a change that I think we as a community can enthusiastically endorse. Okay, strength and dex. Okay.
Ni no Kuni has a crafting mechanic where you can craft like sandwiches for recovery items. And every item you craft, you have to put the exact number of the individual items in the crafting slots and then hit the button, wait for the animation to finish,
Uh-huh.
and then do again. So if you want to make like 10 hamburgers to heal yourself, because like quality healing item, you have to like click like 80 times.
Oh.
It's like an hour of your life just gone.
Oh. I remember way back in the day, one of my Nintendo Power Strategy guides for Final Fantasy had how to optimally buy 99 healing potions. Because you would have to like buy a healing potion, and then I think it would kick you out of the merchant menu once you had bought one thing. So there was a way to do it.
So you could spam the...
Yeah, so you could spam the bottom button. But otherwise, it was just like, navigate. I want to buy a healing potion. They'd be like, yes, one healing potion for you. Goodbye now. All right. Mommy's home.
Swoop. Enemies only respawn when you bonfire, right?
Yes.
They do not respawn when you do like area transitions.
No.
Okay.
Or area transitions, I think they do, actually. Do I want to buy the chainmail? Well, I don't have the option right now because I don't have the, Let's see if I can actually pull this off.
Swing.
The answer is no, but it doesn't
Close.
really matter.
Oh, jeez.
Hollow ape shit attack.
Incoming.
Okay.
Incoming.
Sir? Why am I so fucking terrible at this?
That's the thing Dark Souls does, where like the little mooks can just totally overpower you if they get you in the right situation.
I want to know why there is no torch in this game, because if you've played Dark Souls, you know that the most powerful weapon in the game is a torch.
Right. Just like back
You're
off.
just like staggered and woo. Okay, buddy, you know what? My
What
head.
is it there for?
I suppose so. Here I am just falling prey to all of the bullshit in the game. Skill.
Oh. Feeling good.
Ooh, a spear. That was skill. Chat. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. Ha! One of the last living things in this world.
Oh.
I need to check to see if one app still exists in the Apple App Store, which was a Orange Soapstone app, where you could just leave messages for other people who had the app in kind of like an augmented reality, using the Dark Souls messaging language. It is still up. Basically, all I remember was like it was really, really slow, like unusably slow.
Soapstone.
And the only messages on it were in front of the strip club downtown, which burned down yesterday.
It did.
It totally burned down yesterday after being empty for years. But the message was predictably amazing chest ahead. Because gamers.
Classic.
Hi! Oh, the one-hit kill.
It's just a big beefy guy, and you're just
Yeah.
like, die, face.
Just right through the face. Yeah, Dark Souls messages are nothing if not predictable. Right? Like the
Beware crab.
Yep. Or the classic one is try jumping right in front of a cliff.
Hey, buddy. Got some feelings?
Kind people are so rare in this. Tongue butthole, yes. The other one was when you find a hollow, like bent over a rail, the message was try finger butthole.
You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
Yes, praise the sun. Very good, you said the thing. Now go away.
Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition.
I should...
The way I see it,
I really should consider. Normally I don't buy gamer shit or like toys. I've got magic cards that I need to get rid of, and it embarrasses me. But I try not to have clutter. I kind of want the Solaire action figure.
You just imagine you're sitting there having a gaming session, things are going bad, you just look over, and the spirit of Solaire fills you with hope.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah.
You don't think of him dying in agony.
No.
In like dying in delusional agony in Lost Izalith.
Nah.
like you see, to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation.
Be like
Of course, we're
Solaire.
not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a
You can save him. Yes, you have to kill the sunlit maggot, right? You have to go through the secret door.
brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind. Oh,
I'm gonna step away to grab some water. Do you need
Oh.
anything?
I think this is a good place to take a break,
I think
actually.
it's a safe space.
Yes, this is a safe space.
like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
In that case, we can take a break.
Let's take a quick break.
All right, we'll be back shortish. Enjoy.
Hello! We're back. So, as Corey informed me when we took a break, I just lost an hour and a half of my life. This is the experience of this game for me. It makes me happy until it bullshits you into the ground. And you, like, throw your controller and go, ah!
Free stuff.
Yeah. I wonder what happened to all those people.
Meh.
Probably fine.
Hustle.
Is it tail cut time? Hell no.
So this fight with Tailcut is one of, like, it's probably the best example of my problem with the game,
Oh?
because I can't stop myself from cheesing.
Mm-hmm.
So I will sit there and just fire arrows at that tail for
Until-
hours until it finally dies, and I'll be like, yay, zero risk win. And I'm not having fun, and I don't enjoy it, but
But-
it's just like, this is optimal. This is the best way to do this fight without dying. I can't not.
You're not even remotely wrong.
It's how I spend my entire life playing this game.
That is not even remotely incorrect. The Drake tail is a pretty solid weapon at this point in the game, and remains so for a reasonably long time. All right. Milt, guide my hand.
Yeet.
Milt, you did not guide my hand. Okay, here we go. Haha! All right, one time. One time. We can get it in one hit here. Wrong attack. I fucked that one up. But you can get the tail cut if you hit it, I think with his... It might only be with his Zweihander.
I think it's the Zweihander,
You can get it in one
because
hit there.
the Zweihander's a bit longer.
Yeah. I remember accidentally getting the tail cut there once, kind of on like, you know, a goof. Being
Yeah,
like,
'cause
hey,
you're
his
just like,
tail's
it's swinging
here.
there, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a swing at it. And then you're like, oh! Right, you just do the... Might need to be an yeah. The Zweihander is the ultra great sword. Yeah, this seems to be a shrine to Gwyn, the father god of this world, has a disowned son, and this seems to be the only indication that that son exists, because they mention that son was cast out of the pantheon. But there he is as a baby holding
Bigger sword than he should.
holding the same style of sword that Solaire uses, which led many people to think that Solaire might be the son.
Yeah.
And I think there's word of God now saying that no, Solaire is just a person. Solaire is not a divine
Demigod, demi-being, eldritch horror.
Oh, right in the mommy-daddy butt. What?
Apparently, you
What?
can just get right back up again after that.
Oh, it was because I wasn't two-handing the sword.
Oh. Well, learning the hard way.
Want to see me punt a bunch of stuff?
Yes.
Okay, that was a valuable thing to remember, because if I did that here, I would just die.
The two-handed versus one-handed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi. Oh! Right in the butt.
Goes right through. It's very slick. Oh! The shame.
A heckin' chonker.
Chunk.
Why am I so good at this game? Why am I so good at video games?
Hey!
Hey! Exactly.
New hat. New hat. Oh no, they closed the gate.
I need your iframes, excuse me.
Limited invulnerability.
Yep. I suppose, yeah, playing video games is something I do professionally. I'm a
What?
professional gamer.
I know. Me too. That's weird.
Hey!
I'm definitely doing the thing that I was told was impossible as a
Yeah,
child. I was definitely made fun of by my family.
like,
Yes.
if you had told me that I would get paid to pay... If you had told me when I was 13 that I would be paid to play video games because I'm charismatic, I would have laughed until I puked, and then laughed at that.
Oh, he dodged. Oh.
Cameron, when you grow up, you will spend part of your life being paid to play video games. Really? How? Why? Because people will like you.
Welcome, Bengineering's big old party of 89 people.
Oh, hey. Welcome. Thank you for the raid, Plaid Posse.
We're just roasting a pig and enjoying the undead lifestyle.
Yeah. Just, you know, sipping Estus and juice.
Laid back.
Laid back. You know, play Nintendo. With my mind on my money. Okay. Yeet! Stupid game.
Ugh. Why is this game so bad?
I like how the boar is even just like going through the motions.
Yeah. New hat?
No hat.
Oh. Hey guys.
I just gotta ask Chad, is anyone else here, has anyone else watched,
Chernobyl?
Chernobyl? Ooh. Whoa. I don't know if it's good or not, but man,
But
is it
it's Chernobyl.
harrowing. Maybe we can pass the hat and get Jared Harris a new role where he isn't playing, like, a man of profound conscience, who winds up...
Sees the disaster.
Yeah, who sees the
before-
disaster coming and winds up paying the ultimate price when people don't listen to him. And I think this is Jared Harris's only second role in that mode. But, like, when you chain Captain Francis Crozier into, what is his name? Lazarov.
I'm assuming that's the let's not disable the safety settings guy.
No, he's the one who's actually brought in to do the investigation
Oh!
of what happened. And the first, like, the series starts with, you know, like, 2 years after the disaster with him recording, like, an audio tape. But when you're introduced, that's your introduction to the character, but when he's introduced into the timeline of the series, it's him being woken up by a phone call from, you know, someone saying, like, you've been chosen to be on this thing, right? And here's your briefing about what happened.
So you said Hickey was in this too. So how many The Terror folks are involved?
Those are the only two I recognized right off the bat, although, of course, like, when you take characters from The Terror who are all wearing mutton chops that come out to their shoulder blades, and are covered in, like...
Beautiful boys.
Yeah, and are covered in sores, and then you transport those actors to 1980s...
They're like button-down
Ukraine.
shirts.
Yeah, and they're all wearing, like, various colors of putty or khaki, like...
Oh, yeah. Brown.
Yeah, very shades of, like, olive brown clothing and terrible mustaches. Like, I'm
It's a
impressed.
different person.
Yeah, totally different person. Sorry, I just needed to get the precision
Chop.
R1 in there. But yeah, Larazov, or is that his name? I can never parse
I can
Soviet or
Very,
Russian names quite very easily.
quickly.
But he's the one who's kind of in the Richard Feynman role in the Challenger investigation.
Beep, 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 beep.
Lagazov, right?
Lagazov.
Valery Lagazov.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and then we got Stellan Skarsgård.
I think he's the voice on the other end of the phone, like the person who actually calls up Lagazov to give him his briefing. Uh-oh. I've made a mistake.
Oops, whoops.
Anyway, it's quite good and very if it's your thing, it'll be extremely your thing, and if you have problems with watching people die horribly, then, you know, give it a pass. But the visuals in it are spectacular. The first time a character looks into the core, dear God, what they see in the core.
I want to wait on it a bit and then
That's
probably just watch it on my own.
that's reasonable.
Because I don't want to devote myself to once a week, weekly viewing this thing where I'm going to be like, what happens next?
Yeah. Now, hold on. What triggers the Drake to come back? I don't remember what it actually is that triggers the Drake to come back, because there were definitely things where I want to unlock that door right now. The other door
Going
down
back
at
to
the
the
end.
end of the bridge.
Going back to the end of the bridge?
I think so.
Just go into the bridge and shoot it. Approaching the bridge from the other side. Going back beyond the halfway point.
Don't hear or see anything.
Watch the skies.
Nope.
Okay, we're frosty. Everything's fine. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Because obviously we're going to keep playing this forever,
Yeah.
right? It's very important that I open that shortcut now because that's totally relevant to how I'm going to be playing this game.
No, but it's just kind of part of the planning you go through when you're playing.
Yeah, no, I suppose so. That might be something even to comment on here, that, like, opening these shortcuts is part of what informs your strategy for the game.
Yeah, there's definitely, like, differences between how a person plays the first time and then once they know things.
Mm-hmm.
The shortcuts are pretty memorable.
Ow. Okay. Assholes.
Line up. Get served.
Haha. You got a foil Ral altar, James Nor? That's super cool. Who's the artist for it? What's their style? Naochika Morishita? Neat. Come on. We can get a baller swag sword here. You can do that for me, game. No baller swag sword, huh? Hi there, buddy. What you doing? Oh, no, we fucked it up. We didn't go.
Pam enough?
4!
Ooh!
Why? Why did I do this? That was the wrong button. Hey there.
I love these guys.
Yeah, the
Just big shieldmen.
what are these knights even called again? I forget.
Black Knight.
Berenike Knights.
Berenike. Yeah. Right. You can get the armor stuff too, can't you?
And 4.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. Bring out the tower shield right there.
Shard.
I'm dusting off and steel wooling the rust off of vast amounts of old Dark Souls reflexes here.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Okay, now Chika Morishita's best works are the Bloody Roar series, Gundam product art, and the Ranger Strike. Neat.
Nothing I'm familiar with.
Well, you must be a new arrival. I'm Andre of Astora.
See, Andre's mouth moves.
And speak to me.
Most important thing in the game,
He's holding that hammer backwards.
he is, isn't he?
You can hold it both ways. It's fine.
It's probably fine. So we can get a longsword here, but not a bow. We need to go back to the merchant to buy a bow. I should have bought the bow. I'm stupid. Because now that I'll have to fight that sorcerer, like, honestly.
The attic sorcerer
Yeah.
in the church, you know.
Sturdy indeed. But if you so don't get yourself night.
Why wouldn't we?
Bow or fight?
Fight. Demons are soft to the Black Knight weapons.
Yes. Demons are soft. Yes.
I just need to remember this guy's patterns. Because he's got, like, a couple of attacks that look very similar.
Herp.
Ow.
Incoming.
Yeah. There's one where he attacks, like, a big sweep,
Yep.
but it's not the actual sweep that hits you. It's the end of the staff that comes
Ah.
around again. Like, he'll do one where it's, like, very clearly like, whoa! And then another one where he's choked way up on
Yeah.
the staff and swings it past you.
Okay.
Or swings it in front of you and then the butt end
So you
gets
have to like watch his hands on the weapon.
Yeah. And that's kind of a rewarding thing for a game to do. You cannot cut the Titanite Demon's tail, unfortunately. And now here we are, locked into this process. Oh, come on.
Geometry.
I was really happy with that one crap shot I wrote where it was a gamer doing gamer shit and then saying fucking geometry and I think I had Euclid being like, hey, I worked hard on that. And people were like, that's not how Euclid looked. And it's like,
Oh wow. We're known for our historical accuracy here in Comedy Land.
all right. Do I actually want to upgrade Black Knight's sword?
Of course you do.
It's so expensive, though.
Uh-huh.
And, like, it actually hits pretty hard as is.
Don't get yourself killed tonight.
It's like 2K to use to upgrade once. But I can save my Twinkling Titanite to upgrade my later on in this playthrough, which we'll be doing more of. Sigmire, you're gonna be okay this time, okay, buddy? We're gonna get you through, and you're gonna meet your daughter. Rude. I'd like to imagine that under like his very elaborately curved and soft-looking armor,
Yep.
Sigmire's actually just shredded.
Oh, of course.
Like you would have to be, right?
Yeah.
I am Siegmeyer of Katarina. Quite honestly.
And I think this very deliberately kind of evokes Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, for sure.
Just won't budge, no matter how long I wait. And oh, have I waited. So, here
Yeah,
I
like the Katarina knight armor weighs a ton, and he's also wields a Zweihander.
Yeah, I bet he looks like the basically strongest man in the world competition guys.
Oh yeah,
They're just like solid.
yeah. Like when you read stories about the guy they hired to play the Mountain in Game of Thrones, and his contract writer was like, he needs to be fed every hour, and that feeding needs to follow this kind of strict routine, where at 2 o'clock he gets 1 kilogram of steamed spinach, and he has to eat the entire thing. And at 2:30, he gets 1 kilogram of poached tuna. Right? Otherwise, he starts to deflate.
Yeah.
I find it interesting that once you play Dark Souls a bit, you start to learn that there's a certain order to kill enemies in that kind of optimizes your experience. And that kind of pushes you towards this almost hollow-like running of patterns.
Yeah. It just becomes familiar. You're just not even confident. Like, you don't even have to think about it. You can autopilot.
Oh yeah, absolutely. To the point where I can stream while doing this, talking about something completely unrelated, right?
Which is always hard to do when there's a game with new information.
Yeah, yes, girl painting, we're getting to it. Don't worry, I was just checking for Titanite. But while I'm here, I'm grabbing this Firekeeper soul, because this was a Firekeeper who died.
Same statue.
I wonder what this guy's doing here.
That one up
Yeah,
there?
the wizard here.
Yeah. He's just
The,
hanging out.
the servant of Seath. Later on, when you go to the Duke's archive, you will find a great many monsters locked into one of the towers that are, I don't know if you're explicitly told that they're shrine maidens, but that's what this guy is here for. He is here for the, you will meet later on a cleric, and he will kidnap her, and she will be gone.
Long elevator.
Gotta smash those pots.
Hey, dude.
Oh, my. You again? Oh,
Piece of shit, Petrus.
how about this? I
You're
have
such a
to
piece
await
of
my
shit.
companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you? Very well.
No, I don't want to join the way
That is a
of
shame.
white.
Speak to me if
Even to learn your emote. Petrus wants to go home, but he's a piece of shit about it. There are lots of ways to go home. One of them for Petrus is by doing his job. Instead, Petrus sells out the people who trust him.
Yep.
How
did that silly sorcerer's apprentice end up? You know, the one always prattling on about Master Logan. He left for the Undead Burg, but never came back. Serves him right. If even old Big Hat can't make it out there, what chance does he have? I hope he enjoys his new life as a Hollow.
Yeah, and his fucking stupid hair.
His big hat.
Goddamn stupid haircut.
Are we talking about Petrus?
Yes.
Bowl cut?
Yeah, his bowl cut. Yeah, I forget what the name of the cleric is that he's here to protect. You know, Milady. Oh, Milady tugs on bowl cut. It shifts forward. Rhea, yeah, Rhea. I suppose we could go back to the Undead Asylum at this point to get the Rusted Iron Ring, but we're an hour away.
Yeah.
So I think at this point, if we get gargoyles down, and we'll be in decent shape, or at least have been in a place where we can talk about certain things happening. I'll also summon Solaire for that fight, even though I don't think I really need to. And it might actually be kind of dangerous to summon him. Because... Oh! He gets a lighting effect now.
Yeah.
I didn't know... I think that might be unique to the remaster. Okay, buddy.
Yeah, those weenies kick my ass. Every time.
Birdman kicked my ass.
They're just fast enough to do that, and then the rest arrive while you're reeling back.
Yep. Yeah, it's the Channeler having buffed them all.
Yeah.
Makes them hit real hard. Real hard.
A little crowded up there in the doorway.
Luckily. Hey, buddies.
Yay!
Oh, it smells like
Food.
cabbage.
Cabbage. Cabbage that's been on fire.
Alas, he did not drop the Channeler's staff. Run ruined.
He's probably keeping it all for himself. I forget, do these guys parry you?
They can.
So I think these guys are supposed to kind of teach you that.
I agree. Yeah, that I think these are the first enemies in the game that parry you,
Yeah.
and they go into a guard animation. When you're too stupid to play the game. Oh yes, the skeletons can parry as well.
Just the little newbie ones?
Yeah, the ones down in the
Okay.
down in the graveyard.
But I distinctly remember being like, hey, wait a minute, you can do that. Why can't I do that? Oh, I can do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at least the Channeler is gone now. But want to watch me punt seven humanity for no good reason? Watch me die to just one of these idiots. After forgetting that guy's there.
Zips on! You guys! intercepting all of your attacks.
Uh-oh.
Oof.
Why am I bad? Why am I bad? And so yeah, maybe saying Dark Souls doesn't teach you to parry is not quite accurate, because like there are enemies that do that thing,
Yeah.
and then you're like, wait, can I do that thing? And you're like, I can. I just don't think it does as effective a job as it could at doing it. I don't
Well,
know.
it also it doesn't teach you magic. It I think does teach you a little bit how to use a bow.
Yeah.
It's like pull and aim. I think.
I
but-
suppose like that there is an element that the game wants you to feel like you're very vulnerable in this world at 1st. Like maybe you aren't actually very good at fighting. Maybe this is something that your character has no skill in, and that you have to learn from repeated failure.
Still human. Then I am in luck. Could you help me?
This guy seems like a trustworthy stand-up dude.
I think we should let him out.
Thank you. Yes. Sincerely. I am Knight Lautrec of Karim. I truly appreciate this. And I guarantee a reward
Lautrec the Embraced.
later.
I like how his armor has these two arms crossing over his chest. Because he's a follower of the god of the goddess of love, basically. So he's the Embraced, hence those arms embracing him.
From behind, basically.
Yeah. We'll let it play out. Okay, well, let's go human so I can just show off a little bit of the summoning mechanic, even though I think most people here are familiar with it. If you're watching, please don't be a dick about invading while I'm doing this. I suppose I can't stop you, but really. I mean, I suppose that makes Lautrec the small spoon in that relationship?
Yes.
Or what's it called? Jetpacking? When the larger person in the bed is the small spoon. I've heard that called jetpacking. Alright, let's reverse hollowing.
Da-na-na-na.
I think we just wanted to play well, I know I wanted to play a game that I really enjoyed. And this game, the remaster, operates heavily in, what I constantly call back to this essay, but, Jameson's the nostalgia mode, right? Where we're looking back at something that never was, or looking back at something in a way it never was, right? That's kind of inherently what remasters do, because when you play a remaster, you're like, yes, this is what this game always looked like. This is how it always felt. This is what my experience with it always was. And that's not true at all, because if I went back and played Dark Souls, Prepare to Die edition, I would probably chew off my own tongue with, all of its various flaws that were fixed in this.
Which is why, WoW Vanilla is funny.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh,
Oh.
uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh.
dick.
Just gonna jump.
Yeah, like WoW Vanilla is going to be a very interesting experience. Again, like we wrote that crap shot about WoW Vanilla, and some people got very mad at us about how they were going to make us eat our words when it turns out that WoW Vanilla is the most successful game launch ever.
No, like it's very clearly for an audience. Like there's
Oh,
definitely
yeah,
a group
yeah,
of people
there's
that
an
want
audience.
to buy it, but
Yeah,
the thing that they're buying is probably not what they think they're buying.
Yeah, I think WoW Vanilla will be one of the things where, you know, the people who are like, oh wow, I had so many great experiences playing WoW up until Burning Crusade, right? I remember raiding Molten Core and Blackwing Lair, and having fun with my 40 bestest friends.
Yep.
And then you play it and you're like, this is garbage. This is such garbage. Molten Core is such a bad experience. Wouldn't it be amazing? Yeah, it would be great if we ate our words on that one. If it actually does turn out the vanilla WoW.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, was honestly a very good experience.
That's
would
like, wow, we just spent like 20 years not learning anything about how to make an MMO that's good. Whew. Good thing we always had WoW.
Yeah, good thing that this game, like the developers of this game, probably aren't thinking, really? You want this back? I just spent the last 15 years of my life making not this.
Yep.
Iterating on this, and you want it back? All right. All right. Well, yeah, raiding Molten Core wasn't you and your 39 bestest friends. It was you and 15 people who were
Available.
moderately competent, and then 40 people, or 24 people who were also there. Tail cut. Tail cut.
Yay! But what about this one, which does not have?
I suppose this is how it teaches you about tail cuts.
Probably.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
No,
Oh,
no.
Oh, 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 oh. Woof! Woof! Woof!
Oh, come on.
You gotta wait till the particle disperses a bit. Hacha!
Helmet? Hat? Special hat? Nay. What I should have done is actually dropped a summon sign there. Good old camera.
Yep. Tasteful side boob.
Yeah, vanilla rating was like, the main tank had to be good, the off tank had to be good, your main healer had to be good. And then you needed 25 people to just don't fucking stand in the fire.
Just DPS,
Don't
please.
stand in the fire. Get out of the fire.
Get feared into
The fire, it's
yeah.
really bright and yellow. You're taking damage. Get out of the fire. Just stay out of Onyxia's tail swipes. Don't get feared into whelps. Crush'em was feared into the... What the fuck? The worst part of that video is that
The guy's an asshole.
The guy's an asshole, but he's
He's
not
the worst.
wrong. He's not wrong.
I am Oswald of Careem. No, dearest, it will outlive you. Yet magnanimous are the gods.
Not a vampire.
Cometh out to confess,
Absolutely not a vampire.
for needles
I remember when we were doing AQ40 twin imps and had to find one goddammit warlock who understood what it meant when we said, we need you to tank the magic emperor.
Oh.
Because there was one... This isn't relevant, but I'm going to do it anyway. There's one emperor. There were two big bosses.
Yes.
You had to figure out which one was which. One of them, when it was hit by physical damage, was just hit by physical damage. But if you hit it with magical damage, it exploded and like killed everything. And the other was the opposite. So you needed to have oh, goodbye. So you needed to have a magic user tanking one of the emperors. Mm-hmm. And warlocks were good because they generally had enormous amounts of hit points. Yeah, I think we just... What the shit just happened? Naruto? Who is playing in my... I guess I left myself logged in. Maybe Adam was playing.
I mean, it's the Shinobiest.
I guess so.
Yeah, right?
Maybe I left myself logged in here.
I mean...
I don't know what a Naruto is.
Oh, it's fish cake.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's because he's got the spiral scar on his side, on his cheek, right?
He has whiskers, but
whiskers?
He has a seal on his stomach that is thing. But his last name is Uzumaki, which is the
spiral shape?
The like whirlpool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Uzumaki. Man, I have
and then
that.
Naruto's the fish cake with the spiral in it.
Oh.
Yeah. And then he's an orange screaming child. It's gonna be the Hokage.
There was a great Vine a couple of years ago where it was just like some kid, like it was somebody inside talking to their phone, and through the window you see somebody run past doing the Naruto run,
Yep.
and the person recording is like, "Is that? No way!"
Yeah. Then Naruto just grew up to be Boruto's father.
The Hokage is what I'm seeing he actually is. Is that anything? He is the Hawkage.
All the dead Hokages came back to life. And then some dude who got pissed off at his old friends warped reality. And then Sasuke got very sad. And I think that's all there is to Naruto. He's also a very, very nice sand boy who carries a lot of sand in a gourd.
Okay. Oh, we've got 40 minutes left. What do we do with that absolutely unthinkable expanse of time? I guess we could do Lower Undeadburg. They could actually probably make it to Bullshit Demon. We could probably rush Capra in 40 minutes quite easily. Could do Moonlit Butterfly. Watch anime.
Calls for Blighttown, and I'm gonna reject that because that's boring.
Indeedy do. Moonlit Butterfly is kind of interesting, but again, it's kind of a depressing fight because you're, as far as you know at that stage in the game, you're killing like something beautiful and vibrant and alive in a world that kind of needs that. Although we could also do Hydra, I suppose. There's a lot of different paths through this game. There's kind of like one linear path with many different branches off of it that you can do in various orders.
Like Mega Man. I've seen you kill the Capra Demon more recently than the others.
Okay. In order to properly do the Hydra, we would need to go back to the Thinger. But we can do that. We can actually do Undead Asylum and then go and do Hydra, let's say. And then we can also fight The Rock.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yes. I wonder if I can actually do Wandering Demon in the Asylum. Yeah, veteran Souls players always forget. I'm absolutely guilty of that because now I have like a technique for killing Capra.
Yeah.
Right. I have a, a place where I fight him. It's not unique to me. It's the place where veteran Dark Soul players go to fight Capra, and now I know that. But that fight is bullshit. That fight is utter bullshit. Yeah, you run past his dogs, up the stairs to the left of the room, get on the little ledge, kill the dogs from the little ledge, and then kill Capra by jumping on him a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Capra demon fight, and it sucks. It sucks.
Babies.
Babies.
I am a baby.
I'm baby. I am baby.
I'm not really getting nest egg from you here. Like,
Maybe, yeah.
You're not really. Oh, yep. Looks like you fell asleep.
Could you imagine how badly you would be cramped up after being carried by a giant raven in its clutches for hundreds of kilometers at several tens of thousands of feet of elevation? Where you're just like, okay,
You're like, this is my plan all along. Yep.
this is absolutely happening to me.
Yeah, leg room on the exit row.
Oh, this part is gonna suck without...
It'll be fine. See, they get torches. Incoming leapsman.
I should try to get some poise.
Ah. We are sitting at 0 poise.
Yeah, we currently have... we are unpoised.
Ooh. Ooh.
Hey, I'm trying to crush a dew here.
Ugh.
Having a fetus flask.
The start button
Pauses
pauses
the game. Oh. Wandering Demons' big AoE attacks aren't, in fact, fire, are they? They look like fire, but they're actually magic. Is that correct?
I think they're magic.
Okay. I do not yet have a good magic resist set, so that means we need to do this
Ooh.
for real. Hey, buddy. How you doing? You want to try that again? Please telegraph your attacks using Western, whatever, that courier company.
Yep. Got confirmation from Laser Beaks Fury and some other people. Magic.
Okay, magic attacks.
Magic, magic, magic.
Can grab Crest Shield right here. Bleed is his kryptonite? Oh, if I had only gotten the sweet katana. Western Union, that was it. Stay right up his butt? Okay. Just 100% Ant-Man him? Yo, Oscar, what are you doing, dude?
This?
Hey, Oscar. The kick? Look what I found. Yeah, that's Davey Dark Souls. That's who the game is named after.
You know, the guy.
Yeah, that's Mr. Dark Souls.
And you'll be seeing him.
I'm sorry you chose not to chill, Oscar. I'm sorry that was a choice that you made.
Big ball.
Not this time.
Yes, and what do we say to rolling boulders? Not today.
Crush me.
I need more water.
All right. SL1 no hit run when? Oh, I don't know. If I get 1 million subs, I will do a Soul Level 1 no hit run. But you can't coordinate. God, I love it when the game actually forgets to, or doesn't forget, but interrupts the damage animation. So your health bar, like something happens and your health bar just goes, woo, and is gone. Yeah, this is my BKAS quality run. It's any percent.
We're not going to be doing any clipping.
Mm-hmm. No
No
clip,
clip.
no clip run, no cheat run, or no skip. All bosses.
Any order, yep. Whew.
Okay, the run was almost over there, everyone. The run was almost over, but I think we can recover from that.
Lots of butt stuff. Any percent butt stuff.
Yeah, I suppose I'll be playing a no-hit SL1 run when I die and go to hell. That will be it, really. So I can go up to 15 weight. Because I can't do math, I can wear another 0.5 in weight, which is none of those.
No.
Well, sure.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, you're much bigger than I remember.
No, I think the same size as the other one.
Uh-oh. We're doing, like, no damage.
And he's doing all the damage.
That was an awful lot of nothing that we were like, look, that...
Yeah.
You can't eat... We smoked him, but good, and,
It's, How many hands were you using on your sword?
2... All the hands. And demons are even supposed to be weak to Black Knight swords, or to Black Knight weapons. Maybe we can upgrade.
Upgrade.
Yeah, maybe we aren't using enough hands on our weapons. That might be our problem. Have I tried using 3 hands, maybe?
What about Poise?
Ooh. Yeah, I think our stats are pathetically low right now. Well, we can +1 our Black Knight sword. That's not nothing.
You didn't upgrade it at the blacksmith, correct?
No, I did not. Sir, I'm gonna
This
have
is
to ask you to
This is
leave
a
the
drive-through.
Walmart. Sir, this is an Arby's. There's our stuff. My stuff! Luckily, we're safe behind these solid stone pillars.
Yeah. Woof. Just got a bad case of demon gas.
Okay, that was luck.
And back up.
Alright, slow and systematic. We're gonna be fine here. What animation are you doing?
Big drop.
Big, okay, the belly flop. Alright. The, it's Friday and I just got home from work, couch flop. Hey, you know, we're not doing bad here.
As opposed to the I return Excalibur to the earth from whence it came.
Hmm.
And the swing your partner. Round. Those are the names of those attacks.
Indeed.
Canonical.
The one that's named after the Girl Guide cookie? The Dosido? You magnificent bastard, I read your book.
It's just like, what if you had to do a boss fight, but all you could see of the boss was its ass?
What
That's
if you
Dark
needed to be
Souls.
able to read its animations? You know, this is not actually impossible here.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if we get hit by one of these attacks, we're just ultra dead. He said.
Incoming belly flop. We don't get a lot of time looking at that beautiful face, though.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like he put a lot of work into his appearance, but we're just not appreciating it.
No, it's like we're just like... He's like, my mouth is up here.
And you're
my
just staring
teeth.
at my ass.
Yeah.
You know, I'm more than just this shapely form. Or sorry, this is the stray demon, not the wandering demon.
No.
Wandering demon is in Lost Izalith.
Oh.
Greed mode!
Whew.
Can't believe I died.
To be fair, he hit you.
Yes, that is true. Or is it the Demon Fire Sage in Izalith?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't remember this game at all. I feel that deserves kudos. I'm a little underleveled for this fight. I feel good about myself right now. Because I'm good at a video game.
You know what they say? Dark Souls is hard.
It is. You have to be very good at video games to be good at Dark Souls. I couldn't get it all out, sorry. I did not cheat myself or the game. Man, it's as much as I love that meme.
I love that meme.
It's
So bad.
It's so terrible. And the major problem with it though is that like the journalist who did that was actually subject to a lot of like online abuse. I love the Power Glove. It's so bad.
So wizard.
Hey, sorry, my sword is still lodged in your buddy here. Can you
Your
think
buddy.
in your butty? Bacon butty.
Making bacon buddy.
I don't need to trade with Snuggly for anything right now.
Egg baby.
I am Butty. I am baby. A chip buddy? Isn't that just like a loaf of French bread with French fries that's been buttered? That is a butty, right? Like it's a like what we would call a hero sandwich.
I was just thinking of Cali burritos. You mentioned French fries, and my brain just went to Cali burritos, and I was just like,
I still have fond memories of playing Warhammer when I was a teenager, and this is going to immediately date me. You're going to realize how fucking old I am. But the hobby magazine for Games Workshop is called White Dwarf, and for a while in the 90s it was quite bad. It had nothing of value in it. And then it got taken over by a new editor who went by the nickname Fat Bloke. And he was actually really good for the magazine. He had a lot of interesting article ideas and did a lot of fun stuff with it. And one of his article ideas was A Tale of Four Gamers, in which they had 4 writers build armies from scratch over the course of I think 6 issues. And they were given a budget each issue, and for the first issue, Fat Bloke came in like 2 pounds under budget and blew it on and spent the last of his money on a bacon buddy. And there, like the key picture for that article was him like cramming 2/3 of this thing into his mouth at once, and everyone was like, "Yeah!"
aspirational. I don't know, like, French fries are just a great addition to anything starchy already.
They are. They're like hot and crispy and salty and oily.
Yeah.
Right? It's everything that your body is like, yes, you must have run down a deer or something to get this bounty.
What a reward.
Yeah, we're going to give you so many...
Serotonins in your brain.
You must have spent days hunting for this meal.
Oh, yeah. You're an unstoppable killing machine. It can stalk its prey forever across the wasteland.
An automatic rifle is statistically not as good as killing you as French food.
Well, certainly the food's had more chances in my case.
Everyone, okay. All the late 30s nerds are coming out of the woodwork here to remember that issue.
From the 1930s, yes. The olds.
All the olds. These guys are still dangerous.
Yeah. Everything in the game is dangerous.
Ow, hey, I'm trying to loot here.
Everything's dangerous. It's just like, I can ignore this archer.
Ow.
And then you get an arrow that like,
Right to the center of mass,
Yeah.
no less. And you die, and you die.
1920s were the roaring 20s. What do I think the 2020s will be called? The...
Wait, I'm going the wrong
I'm gonna
way.
call it the Akira decade.
Yeah.
Maybe just the Reiwa era.
I love William Gibson talking about having to throw out entire books that he's written because in the time in which he's written them,
Stuff has happened.
the future has caught up to his idea and rendered it pathetically obsolete. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Hey! We glitched through it. We're gonna call that the Cameron skip.
It's like like the Picard maneuver, only different.
That the Cameron skip right there is a frame perfect trick wherein you just run and you actually slip your thumb off the controller
Yep.
at the precise moment that the dragon flies overhead, meaning that you only take a tiny bit of damage rather than the full-on lethal damage from the flames. I'll post an explanation to YouTube. You'll find it in the comments of this video. We'll go through it frame by frame. Oh, great. My favorite part of this game.
Doggos?
Pet the doggy. Who wants scritches? Who wants scritches? Next. Happiest sound in the universe.
Somebody, anybody, help me. Damn, I'm finished. How did this ever happen?
Oh.
Hey.
Brilliant. You opened the door for me. Thank you. I'm saved. I thought I might never escape. I am Griggs of Vinheim, a sorcerer of the school. I am much obliged for your assistance. Thanks to you, I may now resume my travels.
What do you think he's been doing in here with all these barrels?
Dressing up that body in his clothes.
Fine. I will rest a while, then return to fire.
It's like you knock on the door, he's naked, he quickly puts all his clothes
Yeah,
back
it's clothes
on.
back on, puts the body back in the barrel. It's like, I wasn't having a conversation.
Oh, hello.
No, Griggs, I'm trying to loot. I'm trying to loot here. Shut up, Griggs. There we go.
Fight fire with fire.
Yeah, why is he in a room with a corpse wearing the same suit? I mean, Griggs is supposed to be a commando, basically, right? From the Dragon School. Isn't he? Like, he implies that he's... Well, he doesn't imply. He came here with Big Hat Logan as part of, like, basically a mage commando unit. And he wears the outfit of their, like, his outfit is the black robe. Or he has the stealth ring set. Yeah, you just talk to Griggs and he's like, what the fuck did you just say to me? Alright, time to cheese these guys, because who has time for them? Can you imagine you're standing on the side of a door being like, this is gonna be awesome. We're gonna ambush this person as soon as they come past.
And then just a wave of force comes through the door. Your buddy falls over.
I find it very satisfying. Oh!
Ah.
Wrong armor piece. Yeah, somebody knocks the door so hard that like all the candles behind you blow out, and your rib cage just caves in.
Oh. In Dead Cells, which I've been playing at home, when you bust open a door, it stuns the enemies that are near it.
Neat.
Which is so satisfying, because you can just be like, die, door! Die, stunned enemies! Yeah, it's great.
That has to have been in an anime somewhere, or like a kung fu movie where, like, somebody gets punched so hard and the candles behind them all get blown out.
Yeah, that happens. That's
Okay.
all the time. But I feel like that's derived from like the Errol Flynn style, like, haha!
Ah, yes. Yeah, I
Candles
could see
nothing.
that. I could see that being an Errol Flynn kind of thing. Hoodie.
Like there's
Hoodie.
an entire comedy scene in The Court Jester about that, about
Oh.
snuffing candles. So.
Like, I imagine the modern equivalent of that would be getting punched so hard that your cell phone reboots.
Yeah, and there's the mask in Hotline Miami that makes doors lethal, so you just open the door and it explodes the person standing next to it.
Rad. We'll always have that time Bruce Lee kicked a guy so hard the guy standing next to him broke his arm. That's fucking metal. Just the shockwave, like, broke somebody's arm. Hi. My name's Cameron. Who are you? Actually, you know what I want to do here? I want to open this shortcut, go human, come back here, and try to get summoned.
Oh!
Maybe somebody will want help with this. Maybe that's something we can spend a couple of minutes doing instead of doing the Capra fight itself, which is...
Oh, we do only have 10.
Yeah, maybe we can try for like 2 or 3 minutes.
Hey.
You buy some of my moss.
Sewer moss.
Kate Moss, you're very strange.
Wanna buy some goop?
What a humdrum lass you are.
Yo, hey. No, you go human and then you are summoned. Gwyneth Paltrow
Yep.
also is the other name for that character.
Oh, no. I said goop.
You don't need to be human to be to summon? Oh, really? Or to be summoned?
We could try.
Okay. Nope. It won't. It's grayed out right now. Unless you need to be somewhere specific. Okay. Alright then. Let's go and do that. Oh, are we in offline mode?
Oh, right.
shit. Right.
Right. Stupid disconnect. Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Well, let's see if anyone wants help. And maybe we can start reading sub messages. All right. PK Jester resub for the 26th month. Thank you.
Dragonality, 6-month resub, thank you.
Original Garwolf came back for the 28th month. This sub is brought to you by Submarines Incorporated, your one-stop shop for the best steep dives.
Kid Spinner, sub for 52 months, this is a message.
Prof Poppinoff came back for the 4th month. Time to get good.
Tangle Pixie, 26-month resub, welcome back.
Gen 2 Gengar came back for the 28th month. Much appreciated.
K's there, 17-month resub, praise the sub.
Terran Dragon came back for the 42nd month. Happy anniversary. Behold, 42 months, and it feels like I've been watching you guys play Dark Souls the whole time, and I still enjoy watching it be played.
Copper Astronaut, 3-month resub, hooray for good games.
Physicist 13 came back for the 61st month. What an obvious Bloodborne ripoff, SMDH.
Mystic Sage, 12-month resub, happy 1 year, just got my thesis approved, so
Nice.
excited to spend time analyzing games.
Congratulations. Utich, resub for the 9th month. Thank you.
Nice. Kung Fu Banana, 20-month resub, thank you.
Furball came back for the 6th month. Thank you.
Steel City Exiles, 26 months. Whoa, Detroit Become Human has taken a weird turn in the act.
Two Senses came back for the 24th month. Remember, try jumping, Kappa.
Ty Pulsar, 85, 19-month resub. Thank you.
Great Wahoonie came back for the 17th month. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this resub.
Huilan, 26-month resub.
The AI Overlord came back for the 13th month. Thank you.
Earthen One, 50 bits. Thank you for that Bleed Purple charity donation stuff.
Kinelwyn came back for the 10th month. Press this button as well. Heart me some lure discussion about games. Thank you.
Duskshine, 65 months. Life is like a hurricane in Undeadburg. Whoops.
Fumaka Toro came back for the 16th month. Thank you.
Soldier of Fortune, 65 months, 65. Pfft. Never subbed for so little except once, and that was a very noble stream.
Innovative Methods came back for the 22nd month. Thank you.
BT Etta, 44 months. I got to watching the Detroit Become Human VODs, and somehow they made me actually want to play the game.
The most frustrating thing about Detroit Become Human is that there's somewhere in there the possibility of a good game, and I think what it is all the forking paths make me think, if I find the correct path, maybe I find the good game.
Maybe there's like the real story.
Yeah, right? And it's well made for what it is, but Christ. Shade of Hades came back for the 38th month. Thank you.
Siplex, 8. Subscribed for 5 months. This brings back such good memories.
Quiet Quandary came back for the 28th month. Thank you.
Mr. Morpheus, 40 months. Oh, hey, thanks.
Lafajet for the 9th month. I hear this game is the Dark Souls of games. Debatable.
Drazoth, subscribed for 34 months. Glad to see only the dankest of souls are on display here.
Jador came back for the 13th month, starting lucky month 13 with my favorite lure show and one of my favorite games. Yay. Yay.
Rampaging Kill, 25-month resub. Thank you.
King's Icor came back for the 4th month. Get the sun, praise good. Sorry, new to this.
Ushikun, 10-month resub. Thank you.
Airbud came back for the 8th month. Love me some Dark Souls and love me some Talking Sim, and overall growth for my happiness.
James Anor, 38-month resub. 38 months. That's almost. Oh my God! Cameron just stabbed that guy in the crotch.
Yeah, on purpose. That raid from Bengineering and eBlock gave us 1,000 bits with the Bleed Purple bonus. YNWA.
And Bengineering sub, 27 months. Let's McFreakin' lose it. Get out of your mind.
Angnor 33 came back for the 65th month. Dark Souls is back. Thank you for all the streams.
Soprano Cat, 28 months. Thank you.
Scar Red Tiger gave us 250 bits with the bonus from Bleed Purple. Having just the worst day imaginable, just want to say I appreciate Lure being a fixed point of normalcy. Well, we do what we can.
Frogmomb? What is a 6? Subscribe for 22 months. Thank you.
Miserable pile of secrets. Mac Tung 7 came back for the 30th month. My sub count is officially older than me.
Ominously Ominous, 51 months. Thank you.
Sam J. Bo came back for the 21st month. Oh ho! Thank you.
The Lord of Dead subscribed. Welcome to the channel.
Axar123 resub for the 4th month. Thank you.
Zane Reichly, 2-month resub. Thank you. Welcome back.
Garrick Predator of Scrubs came back for the 8th month. 8 months. That is the Dark Souls anniversary, right?
Kuma Kaori, 22-month resub. Thank you.
Neuter Commuter came back for the 36th month. Thank you.
Rechargeable Frenchman, 10 months. Thank you.
Bahamut Wise came back for the 22nd month. Thank you.
Think I'm safe for now. 13 months. Dark Souls, but still human streamers. Excellent.
And Inky Ghost came back for the 30th month. Much appreciated. Okay, so
nobody wants us.
Nobody wants help with Capra. Is that where this game has gone? Everyone's like, why would I need help with Capra?
Yeah. Unhinged Bear, 24-month resub. Chest ahead. Try jumping.
So, why am I always coming back to this game? It's familiar. I guess it's like old leather, where it's comfortable and worn in and feels right. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Probably. It's okay to have comforting things, right? I feel I've grown as a human, in spite of the fact that I continue to play Dark Souls, so that's probably fine. Do I need to justify why I like this game? No. really. I guess it's largely unproblematic, although there is some not terribly kosher stuff with one of the gods in Anor Londo. I just enjoy it. Yeah, Gwendolyn. I've been told Gwendolyn is not a very good thing.
EO, stand by. 29-month reset. It's dangerous to go along. Here, take chat.
Oh, my summon sign just... You know what? Fine. Let's just do Capra. No, we're bricked. No, we're fine. We're fine.
We're doing Capra. We did it. Now we play Ring Around the Rosie for an hour.
LOL. Skill-based gameplay.
Yeet.
I missed.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's like the sniper in Saving Private Ryan. He misses that one shot and then just immediately, like, he's done.
Game
I guess,
easy.
Yeah, this is the plunging attack fight, I guess. I mean, he's got...
Why would those stairs be there if you weren't supposed to? It's such a small area.
It is. And I think that this is essentially the first of the puzzle fights in this game.
Mm-hmm. Where you can solve the maneuver.
Yeah, you kind of are rewarded for it and heavily punished for trying to do anything else. Because this is the fight that, like, if you try to do what you've been doing up to this point in the game, which is bringing up your shield, protecting yourself from attacks, watching for openings, you just get demolished.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a miserable way to try to teach that. And what I appreciate is that Miyazaki and FromSoft have actually said that a lot of the fights in this game are not well designed, that they feel that they failed at certain elements of them, notably Bed of Chaos, which they think is... at least I've read an interview where they're like, yeah, we could have done that one a lot better. But yeah, here we are.
Yeah.
And I mean, they when they got the opportunity to remaster, they chose to leave it as it is, right? Because you know, there's some mistakes that you fix, and a lot of mistakes that you kind of incorporate into yourself and integrate into the person that you are.
It's
right?
not a bug; it's a feature.
Well, it's not even that it has to fit into that dichotomy, but it's like, yeah, we learned our lessons here, and you know, this is part of what this game is. Anywho, I guess that's the stream for this week.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week with what were we playing next week again?
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky. I'm really looking forward to it. And Ben will be here playing. Will be noping.
He's coming into Nope.
There will be a great noping had. So stick around. We'll be back in like 3 minutes, 2 minutes, and
next Monday, Dice Friends.
Oh yes, Dice Friends with Corey and Adam,
Cameron.
and I am DMing.
Yeah.
Check out the trailer. It was tweeted from our Loading Ready Run Twitter account.
It's on the YouTubes.
Yeah, so check it out and hopefully you enjoy it. All right.
Okay. Bye.